Thanks for tuning into the BoshNRoll channel. Liking the video and subscribing to the channel are free and easy for you, and they help me out a lot. If you want to go further with your support, Patreon and YouTube membership offer access to the BoshNRoll Discord community, early access to lists, written content, things like that. You can have me play your deck on the channel, and the highest tiers come with individual coaching sessions. If you use YouTube membership, you also get sweet badges and emotes integrated here into YouTube. You can support the channel while you shop at tcgplayer.com by using my affiliate link in the video description, and you can play any deck anytime by using a cardhoarder.com loan account on Magic Online. If you want to wear your support, check out the merch store. And of course, thanks for being here. Now let's go play some Magic. Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel. Today I got a spicy legacy brew for you. This was a brew challenge from Patreon subscriber Corey. Corey wanted me to play a NickFit legacy deck featuring Wild Pear. Wild Pear is a crazy enchantment from Planar Chaos. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, if you cast it from your hand, you may search your library for a creature card with the same power and toughness and put it onto the battlefield. That's a powerful effect. It costs 6 mana. There's a lot of ways to win the game in Legacy for less than 6 mana, so this is definitely a brew, and it is a brew on purpose. It's put into the NickFit shell, which is the accepted name for the Veteran Explorer Cabal Therapy combo, where you Cabal Therapy your opponent, name a card, then you cast Veteran Explorer, flashback your Cabal Therapy, you ramp 2 basic lands, and get to take a card out of their hand. A lot of Legacy decks don't have 2 basic lands in them. Sometimes this Veteran Explorer is completely one-sided. Sometimes they have like 1 they can get, but you get 2, and then the next Explorer gets 2, etc. This is a really efficient way to disrupt your opponent while you ramp your mana in Legacy. And then how you choose to win the game from there is up to you for the most part. And we have chosen Wild Pear for today. Before I talk about this shell, I want to talk about where I started with this brew, which was actually a bug version. This is a rough draft. It's not completely fleshed out. There's only 54 cards here, no sideboard. But I was really in love with the idea of Scrib Ranger with Wild Pear. It's a flash creature, which gives you a lot of control over when you can trigger your Wild Pear. It has protection from blue, which is just good against Delver and Murktide Regent. And you get untap shenanigans involved. Blue decks also get Brainstorm, so if you draw one of your Wild Pear bullets, you can put it back into the deck. And with the Scrib Ranger, Draining Welk was a freaking sweet one. It's just a giant mana drain creature, but happens to be a 1/1. You can pull it out of your deck for 2 with Scrib Ranger. Azami Lady of Scrolls has 2 total power and toughness, and it also combos with Scrib Ranger. You get to draw more than 1 card per turn. This is where I started. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you think about it, I really wanted to build with Grief and Solitude. These 2 were just so cool. The stipulation on Wild Pear is if you cast it from your hand. And Evoke is one of the very few ways in Magic to cheat a creature into play while still casting it from your hand. Evoke is an alternate casting cost that adds the ability then sacrifice this when it comes into play. It's not the same as like Ninjutsu, which is not casting, or reanimating, or show and telling. Like all of those things are obviously not casting from your hand, but Evoke is. And the fact that Grief and Solitude have the same total power and toughness, they actually have the exact same power and toughness, so they can get each other, is really exciting. Being a white deck, you also get Academy Erector, which can get the Wild Pear, and that just gives you another layer of action. So I ended up in Abzan with Grief and Solitude as engines. There is Ephemerate in this version of the deck because it's just good with Grief and Solitude when you're not Wild Pairing. Also, with the same total power and toughness as Grief and Solitude, is Felidar Guardian, which you can, if you have Wild Pear in play, you can evoke Grief or Solitude, search your deck for Felidar Guardian, and then flicker the Grief or Solitude, and then you get to keep it, and you get another round. Phyrexian Delver is kind of the same thing, where this is a 3/2 that casts Reanimate, basically. When it enters the battlefield, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, you lose life equal to that creature's mana value. You can tutor this up with Solitude or Grief. If you evoke into Wild Pear, you get 3 triggers, which is the ability of Grief or Solitude, the sacrifice Grief or Solitude to evoke, and the Wild Pear search. And you can stack them however you like. With Felidar Guardian, you want to stack it so wild pairs before the sacrifice. With Phyrexian Delver, you want to stack it so wild pairs after the sacrifice. Just fun little stack manipulation for you there. That's the value engine of the deck. Just Grief, Solitude, ways to flicker them with Ephemerate and the creatures. But there's also a lock combo here. Also, with 5 total power and toughness, is Opposition Agent. I have 3 of this card in the deck because this is just a playable Magic card on its surface. And it's pretty popular in Nickfit decks in general. You can tutor this with Grief or Solitude with Wild Pair, and vice versa. And rounding it out, there is 1 copy of Marilyn of the Mornsong, who also has 5 total power and toughness. With Wild Pair out, Opposition Agent can tutor Marilyn, and that's just a hard lock all at once. The Opposition Agent says if your opponent would search their deck, you take control of them and you steal that card. Marilyn says players can't draw cards, and at the beginning of each player's upkeep, they lose 3 life and search the library for a card. Basically, you get to Demonic Tutor twice a turn, while your opponent never draws cards again. That's the combo package that I have built into this value shell. Other stuff that's going on here. Handball Console of Allocation is also 5 total power and toughness. It can get or be gotten off Wild Pair by any of these other things. There are matchups where this card's very good. Sin Collector is a 2/1, which is not a total power and toughness of 5. It's a total power and toughness of 3, which matches Academy Rector and Eternal Witness. These are cards I put in because if you ever draw the second Rector, or you draw a Rector after you already have Wild Pair, it's actually really bad. But tutoring up these other value engines is really nice, and it's a pretty low deck building cost. I specifically chose Sin Collector and Camball because I was trying to keep my black and white counts up for my pitch creatures. I spent a lot of time on Scryfall searching for cards that are black and white and have certain power and toughnesses. I looked at a lot of weird cards this morning when I was putting this deck together. Camball and Sin Collector are black and white, and they fit into the power and toughness, and they do stuff for the deck. And the final hot piece of tech, a single Trostani Summoner, 7 mana 1/1. When it enters the battlefield, make a 2/2 Knight with Vigilance, a 3/3 Centaur, and a 4/4 Rhino with Trample. That's a lot of bodies in one card, and it gives your Veteran Explorers extra juice once you have Wild Pair in play. Like, Academy Rector and Veteran Explorer are pretty bad draws once you've already done the thing. And this build of the deck, unlike other versions of Nickfit, where, like, when your Rector triggers, you get Overwhelming Splendor and the game is basically over, or some completely busted enchantment, we're just getting a value engine. So the game is going to go on for a little while after we get our Wild Pair, and I want to make sure that these enablers still pay out in meaningful ways once we've already executed the combo. The second Veteran Explorer turning into all of this power and toughness is a pretty big deal. This is also bonkers with Ephemerate or Felidar Guardian. Kind of hurts with Phyrexian Delver, but you could do it. It'll cost you 7 life, though. This is no Grizzlebrand. But that's the deck. We got an actual combo lock and built into this value shell using Grief, Solitude, and Flicker effects to our fair game plan. The sideboard, Eidolon of Rhetoric, has 5 total power and toughness. That can be tutored up against decks that want to cast lots of spells. Kervek the Spiteful. This is a worse card than Plague Engineer, but it can be tutored off Wild Pair. It's kind of awkward in this deck because other creatures get -1, that includes your creatures, and so Wild Pair, if you cast Solitude, Wild Pair will see a 2/1, and then you have to get like Eternal Witness instead of Grief or whatever. It just gets weird, but this can be tutored off Wild Pair with any of the 5 power toughness things we have. That's where the cuteness ends. The rest of this deck is just Pernicious Deed, Veil of Summer, Collector Oof, which there are no other total power and toughness 4 things in the 75, which is disappointing because I really tried to get a Kiki Jiki in here to go with Felidar Guardian, but the Kiki Jiki being 4 total power and toughness just doesn't line up with anything else the deck's trying to do. You could take it in a direction where you have like Collector Oof and various Hate Bears in the main deck, and then the bears go off with Wild Pair, and eventually Kiki Jiki's involved somehow. That is a way you could take the deck, but it's not what I've done here today. Dothy Voidwalker, also total power and toughness 5 to complement the 4 ley lines I already have. And that's what we're doing here. I'm going to make one tiny change before we start. I'm going to turn one of these Assassin's Trophies into a Vanishing Verse, which I think is a slightly worse card for this deck than Assassin's Trophy, but one more Orzhov card to pay off Grief and Solitude. I do want to make sure my black and white counts are correct because our core engine is kind of green, and I'm going to do that just in the name of synergy and clever deck building. Might be too clever, but we'll see. We'll keep an eye on Vanishing Verse throughout the league. Here it is. This is Corey's Abzan Wild Pair Nickfit. I'm on the draw in round 1, and I am going to keep this hand. It's kind of clunky, but it has Veteran Explorer. It has a way to sack it. I have Academy Rector. We're playing against Nickfit. We're playing against Death and Texas. Can't even wait. So this is a little dangerous because they're a Swords to Plowshares Solitude deck. They're also a deck full of basic lands. Figuring out how to sequence this is going to be tricky. Like if I play Bayou, I get Wastelanded. If I play Veteran Explorer, I get Plowed. Right, I guess I'll just play the Veteran Explorer. If I had 2 green sources, no, that doesn't even make sense. Wish I had a basic forest or fetch land I could just hang and play. But here we are. We're exposed to something either way. Okay, cool. They just Thalia'd. Got none of it. I'm drawing all my wild pairs. That's just delightful. Phyrexian Tower, make black, sack this creature. They're going to get 2 planes as well. Like I said in the deck, some decks don't have basic lands, but some do. I think I need a white and a green here. White and green. And I'm going to play Chemball, because I can play Rector next turn and sack her right away. But Chemball might buy me a little bit of time. Cycling Timeless Dragon. Yeah, I mean, naturally we would get paired against the monocolor deck with a bunch of basics in it in the first round, but that's okay. Exile my Chemball. I'm a cop, you idiot. Maybe I should have sandbagged the Chemball, because that's also my way to get Wild Pair going. I'm going to play Rector and pass the turn, because I can Rector at instant speed with the Phyrexian Tower, and I don't really have anywhere I'm going right now. Oh, I can Tristani summon her next turn, right? I can... Do you want to attack? You might as well, I guess. Cathar Commando gets me either way. Yeah, I'll block. It's kind of a forced attack. There's Wild Pair. Because I have the sack outlet in play, it's not like they're representing that they can remove this thing. Eternalizing Timeless Dragon. Okay. Let's make this thing happen. Ooh, Delver. Alright, so I could cast Delver, buy back Veteran Explorer. That's not enough. I need to... Okay, I got the play. We ready? Tap Tower. 2, 3, 4. Academy Rector. Triggers Wild Pair. I'm going to get Eternal Witness. Going to get back Veteran Explorer. And then Veteran Explorer is going to get the Tristani Summoner. And now I'm an Ephemerate away from GG. There's the fucking Tristani Summoner. That's a nice how it started, how it's going moment. My basic planes is in play, so even if they attack, my Ephemerate can't flicker this turn. But once I'm holding up Ephemerate, I think we're in pretty good shape. So this Black Dragon could be trouble. Flicker Wisp, okay. Probably removing my Rhino. Just take out the biggest thing. Okay, they're flickering Apparition, giving me another token. Spirit of the Lab. That doesn't really affect me. What is Apparition going to get rid of on the way back down? Eternal Witness, probably? Or are you scared of Rector? Yes, I love that they go after Rector. Rector is not even good. Like, I don't have a second payoff. It's just fucking, here we are. Oh. Well, that's really good. I should be able to Oh, wow. When they're searching their deck. So opposition agent also. Oh my god. All right. Getting crazy. They have 7 power of flyers. Maybe I should attack first. Am I attacking this turn? I have a 2/2 vigilance, 4/4 trample. I should probably attack with my things that are big enough to cause trouble, which is the 3/3, the 4/4, and the 3/3. They're blocking a Spirit of the Lab. They just let it die. And then I'm gonna opposition agent, black, green, white, and then agent triggers, and we get Marilyn. I could just get Solitude. Oh my god, this deck is brain busting. Can I get through this Mother of Runes? I don't think so. Okay. But if they attack for 7 flying, I'm actually just dead to Marilyn. That's not an option. I think I have to get Solitude. That's at least a lifelink creature. If they tap Mother of Runes in response, I can ephemerate Solitude. Okay, now I'm gonna sack Veteran Explorer in response to this, and I get to search their deck. Or maybe they can decline the search and this doesn't work. Okay, yeah, they can decline the search. Never mind. Not as cool as I thought it was. Then use white mana to ephemerate Solitude and get rid of this flyer. I hope that was the right play. I mean, my ephemerate will come down next turn and can blink the summoner again. Oh my god, this is so crazy. Stoneforge Mystic, don't mind if I do. Thanks, opposition agent. I declined to search. And 3 flyings coming in. And then Ephemerate comes in off rebound. I have to pay 1 because of Thalia. I'm gonna flicker. I guess I probably want to flicker the Eternal Witness and rebuy the Ephemerate. Yeah, that's better than just ephemerating the summoner. Okay. I should attack with my creatures that are big enough to attack. 4, 5, 6, 7. Attack with my 4/4 and my 3/3. And I guess I want to draw a card with Silent Clearing here. They don't have a Spirit in play. If I play Delver, I can regrow my Explorer and tutor up another Solitude. The Thalia is actually a lot of pressure right now. Attacking for 3. Okay, I'm just going to pass the turn. Uh-oh, we have Cauldra. That's really good. If true. We do have Cauldra. This doesn't trample, does it? Oh, it doesn't trample. Yeah. All right, first strike haste, indestructible trample. Those are a lot of words. Okay, what's the best way to block all this? They have 2 cards left in their deck. Oh, Thalia is attacking too. Clever. Okay, do I ephemerate the summoner before blocks? That gets blown out by Swords to Plowshares. Don't know that I have a choice in that regard. Okay, I'm gonna flicker the summoner and hope this works. Okay, it worked. Army in a can. Now we go to blocks. I'm gonna block Thalia with my 3/3. And taking 3 in the air. 3, 4. I guess I block Cauldra with my Rhino. Currently taking 4. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Thalia's dead. Do they have another in their hand? Yeah, that makes sense. That's why you would make a play like that. And then Ephemerate on the rebound. Hit the Eternal Witness again. Witness, rebuy, Ephemerate. And draw for turn. All right, Vanishing Verse is here. Moment of truth. I can Vanishing Verse their mom and then just go nuclear with Solitude. Is that even a true statement? This Germ token is brutal. They're at 10. What happens if I just turn all my creatures sideways? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I gotta make a lot of blocks here. I'm going to attack with my creatures. Everything except Tristani Summoner is getting in there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, they're dead with those blocks. Yeah. Wild Pair. Pernicious Deed is coming in. Karavek's coming in. Probably want Seeds. Or I definitely want Oof. Might want Seeds. What am I... taking out if this is the case. Sin Collector and Chem Ball are not good here. Unfortunately, those are also the enablers to my Solitudes, but it's fine. Vanishing Verse was good there, but I think Assassin's Trophy would have done the same thing. Though Vanishing Verse could have removed the Cauldron Germ, where Trophy doesn't. Got that going on. One of Tristani's Summoner, busted. Well, Karavek and Deed are the two that I'm definitely bringing in. And then Oof is the second wave, and then Seeds is the third wave. I'm thinking that 4 might be too many wild pairs, but the point of the deck is that it's castable. Is Grief actually good in this matchup? I am into Maryland. Yeah, the Maryland combo is required. I think I can go a little skinnier on Grief, but Solitude is the important one, and then I have Collector Oof. Okay, I'm going to do it like this. This hand has a removal spell. Maryland, no ramp, no real plan. Caracas is good against Thalia, but I'm going to mulligan this. Right, this hand has everything. I'm going to keep it and send... I guess it's got to be Savannah to the bottom. Yeah, I have the Explorer thing. We're going to have mana anyway. Land go from the opponent lets me Cabal Therapy, and I think I'm just going to name Stoneforge Mystic. See what we got. It was either Stoneforge Mystic or Thalia. Thalia is what's actually in the hand. Okay. That's fine. Pass the turn. There's no Wasteland over there. Brachus, cast Thalia. Okay. Now I get to Veteran Explorer and Cabal Therapy. Gotta decide what I'm worried about. I think it's Swords to Plowshares is the card I want to play against the least over there. Sanctum Prelate's annoying, but I have creatures that remove it. Yeah, let's go. I'm gonna name Plow. Get white and black. Gets me all my colors set up on basics. I only put 1 planes in the deck just due to deck constraints, but I'm thinking now that Hardcast Solitude looks like such a clear play, that's probably misbuilt. Gonna name Swords to Plowshares here. Get rid of that. Adrian Aether Vial. And I can exile Solitude and Ephemerate Solitude this turn. They'll probably prelate on 1 for Ephemerate reasons. But if they do that before they Vial, then they don't get to cast Vial. Okay. Oh, there they go. They had both. Alright, prelate's coming in. Gonna name 1. But that doesn't matter because Solitude's busted. Okay. I'm going to pitch 1 Solitude to the other. Stack the Exile trigger first, get rid of Sanctum Prelate. And then I'm going to Ephemerate Solitude, get rid of Thalia. Their hand is Flicker Wisp and 1 Mystery card. Rebound. I can attack for 3 or put Ephemerate in my graveyard. And I think that putting Ephemerate in my graveyard is more important overall in my deck. And I am going to sandbag this Oppo agent because if they just like jam Recruiter or Stoneforge right now, we get to party. Thalia's whatever. Right, now I'm going to agent in the end step. I'm not going to make mana unspent. Grief, hell yeah. Grief gets to clear that Flicker Wisp out of their hand and whatever else is going on. Yeah, this deck definitely wants the second basic planes. Being able to get up to the second Solitude. Pretty important. Get rid of your Wisp. You can have the Mother. This first strike creature is kind of crushing me right now, though. Maybe I was more worried about... I thought Vial was on 2, and that they would have to spend a turn casting the Mother, but now they have Mother active. That was actually pretty bad. There's the pair. Someday. I can attack with Grief, and then if they double block... nope, that doesn't work. Alright, yep, I guess we're just chilling. Guess I'm trying to draw a Maryland here, or just get my Wild Pair into play. Okay, we're getting closer. 1 mana away from Wild Pair now, because of Thalia. Files on 3. All of the best cards are 3 drops in their deck. Another Wild Pair. Okay, cool. Just send that away. I guess I should... No, because Felidar Guardian gets the chain going. Like, I could Grief them right now with Felidar Guardian, but I'd rather save that for after the Wild Pair. Schadenport, bummer. Gonna slow me down a lot. Yeah, tapping the tower, of course. Oh, damn near killed her. Well, I'll put her into play. If they have Solitude or Swords to Plowshares, then they have it. If they don't, they don't. They didn't violin a exile friend, Skyclave Apparition. That's good. Oh, they cast it instead? Sure. Oh, getting rid of Oppo Agent. That's scary. They could have gotten rid of Rector and went after Agent instead. They must have Recruiter in their hand. Recruiter can get another Apparition. Alright. Alright. That was a really good Rishadan port. Yeah, maybe I should have Felidar Guardianed that turn, check their hand, and then... I don't know. I feel like they drew that Skyclave Apparition. Oh, Containment Priest. That's good too. Containment Priest is in play. Alright, that makes Aether Vial bad, but it also makes Wild Pair bad. Veteran Explorer. They didn't port me. Fascinating. Yeah, this doesn't even come into play. It's just doesn't happen. You may, okay, I may search my library. Not required. I can, what can I do here? Yeah, this priest is a pretty strong effect. Wish I hadn't let them keep their Mother of Runes all those turns ago. Really thought I had another turn at that point. All right, we're in a tricky game state because I played bad. I'm going to play Veteran Explorer and pass. Thalia's First Strike is just making everything complicated, as it does. Okay. Another Aether Vial to go with their Containment Priest. Combos online. Silent Clearing's pretty good. Alright, well, if they're going to bully me, I'm going to put Wild Pair into play. Okay, or not. Sure. Extracting my Rector. That does work. Now they're Hellbent. I have 2 Wild Pairs in my hand. There's only 2 Rectors in my deck. Go for it. It was really smart. They ported my Phyrexian Tower in the draw step as well, in case I drew another Rector. That gave me an extra chance to lose a card off Surgical. Clever. And you know that was a choice, because normally you port in the upkeep. I'm going to play Silent Clearing and pass the turn. I might draw in the end step, but getting mana is also good here. And I don't have to worry about anything getting vialed in because of Containment Priest. They're living off the top. But, I mean, functionally so am I. But I have a lot of big draws in my deck. Okay, I am going to draw a card with Silent Clearing in the end step. Plowing Explorer, sure. Okay. Hey, that's the best card in my whole deck. That kills the Mother of Runes immediately. Sorry, Death and Taxes. Karavek is quite spiteful. Alright, yeah, they can pick up their Thalia in response. And then I can attack with Grief. I can attack with both. Yeah, these are both good attacks at this point. Right, they're trading Solitude for my 2/2 creature, which is actually a 3/3, but Karavek is keeping it down. Okay, now Containment Priest is really awkward for them. Not that it hasn't been all along, but I can attack with Grief, which has Menace. And I don't really have to worry about anything happening here because of their own priest. I can just take my time. I'm going to Guardian Flicker Grief. Mess with... Oh, wait, nope, that doesn't work. All right. I'm going to... I can Flicker Permanence. Yeah, whoops. Almost fucked that up. I'm going to Flicker my Plains and play a land. Did my very best to do a really bad idea there. Oh, they're vialing in something straight into exile. Smart. Skyclave Apparition entered the exile zone. Wop, 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 wop. Can we get a shame concession? Nope, just an oops in the chat. Okay. Well, the pair is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, here's the plan. I'm going to fetch another white source. I'm going to sack my Felidar Guardian. 3, 4, 5, 6. Forgot I didn't have to play through Thalia anymore. And I guess now I'll attack with everything, because now that I have a pair down, getting their priest out of play is worth something to me. Phyrexian Delver is pretty bad with priest in play on the double. It is bad with pair and bad with its own ability. I also didn't need to sack a creature there. I just forgot that Thalia wasn't in play. I'm falling apart here, team. Okay, this is actually pretty good. Stoneforge Mystic, getting a 4/4 Cauldron complete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't cast it this turn. I don't care about that. And I'm going to attack with all my creatures again. Keep the pressure on, because next turn the pressure will be off. Bayou. I should have cast a second Wild Pair. Whoops. I'm just trying to... I was thinking about the outs in my deck for Containment Priest, which is not where my head needed to be. It needed to be in casting the second Wild Pair. Yeah, Wild Pair is not legendary. You can get Wild Triplets. Wild Trios. Cataclysm, yikes. An artifact, a creature, an enchantment, and a land. Well, I guess I'm glad it didn't play out the second thing. All right. Are they going to keep their Containment Priest? What's the plan here? All right, I'm going to keep Kervek, Wild Pair, and I think Basic Forest or Bayou. I'm worried about Wasteland, but I don't know if I can afford to be worried about Wasteland. All right, I'll keep Bayou. Oh, they can bounce Kervek with the Caracas. All right, yeah, that's pretty good. All right, let's draw Veteran Explorer right now, immediately. Cavern of Souls, okay. Play that on human. Wow, where did my time go? I'm under 5 minutes on my clock. Was I really playing that slowly? Better hurry up, or tactical concession sooner than later. Oh my god, I just need a white card. If I draw a white card, we're actually just doing it. We can Thalia here, okay. All right, deck, any white card, please. White card off the top. Not a white card, okay. Shit. All right, I played that game very poorly in multiple spots, and now I'm running out of time. I gotta play faster. Cataclysm, huh? Grief was actually pretty good, but I think it is still the worst card left in the deck right now. All my removals in. It's not like I have more answers to Containment Priest. All right. Click submit, play fast. Gotta mulligan this one. I will... Yikes. This needs a black source desperately. Guess I'll keep it and put a Wild Pair on the bottom. Veteran Explorer, let's go. No, shit. Now I'm dead. Okay, drew a black source. Am I worried about Thalia or Stoneforge? I think Stoneforge. Nope, it was Thalia again. They have 2 Moms, 2 Flicker Wisps, and a Thalia. All right, it's time to draw Ephemerate. Right now, Ephemerate. Grubland, not the best. I have to get rid of one of these now or else I lose. Should I just YOLO draw a card, hoping to hit Ephemerate? Or I think I have to draw a card here. Ugh. Okay. It's all gone bad. Yeah, I played game 2 really poorly. I just missed important details in 2 or 3 really important spots, and as a result, lose the game. All right, Cabal Therapy. Can at least clear these Flicker Wisps. And the Cataclysm is over there. Well, joke's on you. That hurts you more than it hurts me. If they're going to be attacking with Mothers, Ephemerate still breaks this game open. Guess that may or may not actually be true. Ugh. Ephemerate is my best draw, like, at all times here. Veteran Explorer is pretty good too. Alright, now it's all terrible. And now they leave up the 2 Mother of Runes, and I don't really have a route out of this. Oh, and Wasteland. Okay. Alright, we can pack this up. I messed up game 2 multiple times. I think that one was winnable. If I just take Mother of Runes with the Grief in game 2, and then easily stampede through their business, but just forgot what number Vial was on. Alright, I'm going to tighten up for the next round. We did the Wild Pair thing, though. That was great. I'm on the play in round 2, and this hand is good. I'm going to keep it. I'm just going to go Swamp Pass. Once they make a land drop, I'll have more information for Cabal Therapy. I don't like just blind therapies. Not when I don't have a payoff. Okay. Well, there's that. We're going to be naming Crop Rotation with Cabal Therapy. Wasteland. All right, played around it. Expedition map. We'll have to draw an Explorer here. Hey, easy money. Cabal Therapy, name Crop Rotation. Crucible of Worlds, Valakut Exploration. Okay. Good thing I drew the card I care about. Let's see how many basics are in their build. Okay. Veteran Explorer. Definitely get the Plains and probably want the Swamp as well. All sounds fine. They have one. That's pretty standard. Okay. I'm going to name Valakut Exploration. Valakut Exploration, get out. And that Crucible's pretty scary. Wasteland is medium, low impact here. If I can nab this expedition map with my opposition agent, that would be pretty exciting. There's the Saga. Yeah, I guess it makes more sense to expedition map, hit your land drop, play Crucible, than it does to just run out Maze of Ith and pass the turn. Oh, Mox Diamond. That's even worse. Yeah, now they get to do just all of it. Agent will be able to spike the search off Urza Saga at least, but not sure that's good enough. Oh, they're passing the turn. Do they not see the line? Okay. There's Crucible and Maze. All right, cool. They did not go for that. I'm not going to be so uncharitable as to say they didn't see the line. I'm just going to say they didn't go for it. And I'm going to agent the shit out of this end step expedition map. Nah. I'll take that. Okay, what is this? How does this work? You may play those cards for as long as they remain exiled. Okay. Oh, I get this card eventually, and I get to make sure it's not in their deck. What do I actually want? Urza Saga doesn't do anything for me. Horizon Canopy is a card I could play. I could get the Ghost Quarter out of their deck. I really don't want to play against that with Crucible. Yeah, I'm going to take Ghost Quarter. That's a land I can actually use, kinda. I don't know. Maybe I wanted Tabernacle as a way to sacrifice my Rector. That would be funny. They are in actual top deck mode right now. There's no Loam, no engines are active other than Urza Saga. I just clipped their thing that they wanted. I can't actually play this Ghost Quarter, because if they Wasteland Ghost Quarter, wow, Bojuka Bog was actually like medium reasonable. Okay. Yeah, because if I play Ghost Quarter and they Wasteland the Ghost Quarter, it goes to their graveyard, at which point... Oh! Did we just accidentally hardlock the opponent? Okay. Oops. There's that. Okay. There is a basic forest left in my deck that I can get here. Play forest. Cavern on human. This lets me deploy Camball. And they're hellbent. They can make 2 5/5s that have to win the game. And Academy Rector will make that not be the case anymore. And they don't get to draw any more cards the rest of the game, and I search their deck every turn. Okay. The hooks are in. Wasting my cavern. That's fine. Okay, Marilyn gets replaced by opposition agent. And I would like... How do I break up what they're doing? Tabernacle's not it. Gotta be careful, because many of their things... Do I want Valakut Exploration? That card's pretty dope. Yeah, how do I get ahead of the Sagas? There's not like a clean answer to Urza Saga in this deck. I'm going to get their Shadow Spear next turn anyway. But having it a turn early doesn't hurt. Or I could take their Saga. No, but they have the Wasteland thing going. Alright, I'll take your Shadow Spear. Oh, I get the Shadow Spear right now, actually. Not next turn. That's fine. It's all good. Oh, and their 4/4s, not 5/5s, because they don't get the final search. Guess I'll take Pithing Needle. Oh, right. They can fire Saga out of their graveyard. Alright. Yeah, this Crucible is kind of a problem. I'm not going to block. Alright, because I can Pithing Needle Urza Saga, and then we're good there. Accidentally found the line there. Alright. Now I get to search my own deck for a card. What beats... Oh, I just get Solitude. Yeah, if I get Solitude, or do I want to get Phyrexian Tower, and then get Wild Pair, and then win next turn? I could also just cast this Academy Rector and they can never attack. Yeah, that sounds better. I'm going to search up Veteran Explorer for reasons that are unclear to me. Because playing... alright, yeah. I did not play that well. This deck is really hard. Bathing Needle on Urza Saga. And then Academy Rector. Good luck, have fun. And then if they attack, I get Wild Pair. If they don't attack, they just bleed out to Maryland. Do I want Mox Diamond? That lets me play around Wasteland. Yeah, I'll take Mox Diamond. I don't think they can win this game. Right, they're on a fact-finding mission now. They're like, what is your big stupid artifact? Yes, get Wild Pair. And then Veteran Explorer will get Tristani Summoner, and then we're Shadow Spearing for lethal. Yeah, the Shadow Spear life will keep me out of range of whatever else is going on. I go to 5 from this search. I think I just get a land to get the Mox Diamond online. Seems so boring, but also so reasonable. Okay, Verdant Catacombs. Here's Mox Diamond. Discard Catacombs, Veteran Explorer, trigger Wild Pair. Yes, get Tristani Summoner. Big leagues. Oh, they have Maze of Ith. That's tricky. I have to get a Wasteland out of their deck this turn. And Shadow Spear. Oh wait, no, I can Ghost Quarter them. And I don't think I care at this point that they're Ghost Quartering me. No, I don't. Alright, I'm gonna suit up Opposition Agent. Then Ghost Quarter. But the Maze of Ith can come back next turn with the Ghost Quarter. This is tricky, and I hate it. Alright, whatever. Maze of Ith. I gotta gain life and push damage. Really, I just need to stabilize the board, and then they'll bleed out to Maryland. I think this will do it. I don't need lands anymore. Nice. Oh, this deck is a brain buster. Holy guacamole. I think I like Dothy Voidwalker. I like Deed and Seeds. Those are literally in the deck for Urza Saga. Leyline, I guess, is alright. If I'm bringing in this many cards, what am I taking out? Grief isn't that great against his opponent. Chemball's not that great. Sin Collector's actually really good because it exiles Loam. If I just get rid of the cute stuff and focus on the powerful stuff. I think the Maryland lock is my best path to victory, though. That's still true. I don't need all 4 Wild Pairs in the deck. The deck probably only wants 3, actually. Like, that's another slot you can build towards. Opposition Agent is really excellent. Rector is, of course, important. Solitude, I don't know if I need all 4 Solitudes. Merit Lage is the thing I'm worried about with Solitude. I have Vanishing Verse, and still 3 more Solitudes to fight that. Wall Therapy is important as a sack outlet, even if it's not really important to check their hand for stuff. Trophy's good at keeping Merit Lage out of play. Doesn't help once it's there, of course, but we'll deal with that later. I think I'm actually going to shave another Wild Pair. Like, just lean on the Rectors. I really don't want to draw that card. And I think I can shave a Grief. This is what I'm doing. Let's go. This opening hand, I like Veteran Explorer in the hand. I like having the fun of Maryland. Box. Discarding Bog. Gotta keep an eye on Bog. Yeah, alright. Loam the Bog back up. Gotta keep an eye on Bog because that can hit Rector if we're not careful. But I guess if it's in their hand, it would be really hard to rotate into it. So maybe knowing that the Bog is in their hand is a relief. Loamed a bunch of cards into their hand. That was Maze of Ith, Forest, and Urza Saga. Finding a sack outlet's going to be pretty important here. Ephemerate, don't like it. Okay, I'm going to attack with my Veteran Explorer. Is not what I want to be doing with this card, but here we go. Dredge, found 2 more stages and a Saga. Yeah, maybe I should have mulliganed this hand. It looked good, but it doesn't have a sack outlet. I can't even cast the Maryland. If I could just slam turn through Maryland against this deck, I think I would in most situations. Though, if they have Loam running, then Maryland doesn't work anyway. I think. I think they replace each other. Alright, Cabal Therapy or Phyrexian Tower off the top. Let's go. Vanishing Verse. Okay. I really don't want to play out this scrub land, but I don't really have a choice. They've dredged so many times. I don't think that we've seen a wasteland yet, but that definitely doesn't mean they don't have one. There's wasteland. I don't even have a card to cast here. All right, it's just in the graveyard. I think we're going to get a game 3 team. Right, Peat land, okay. That's a land that helps me do other things. And I'm not going to attack with Explorer this time. If they want to attack into Explorer and give me this trigger that I'm clearly being gated by, then please indulge. Right, I'm not going to respect Pithing Needle here and crack my Peat land, because like the thing that I like about Peat land is that it plays around Wasteland, but if they needle it, like if cracking it ahead of Needle is just like giving them Wasteland for free. This is a lot of Mox Diamonds. Come on, Seeds of Innocence. Yup. Grove, okay. Are they gonna try to kill me all in one turn? That'd be sweet. Okay, cool. I have untapped with my lands. Oh, that's a good one. All right, what can I do with this? Wall Therapy. I'm gonna name Crop Rotation. That's just like always the spell that I'm worried about. I think their hand is mostly lands. It is all lands, okay. 2 Sagas, Maze Bog. Got it. Flashback there. Do I want to flashback therapy or do I want to attack? I'm going to attack. That leaves therapy in the graveyard in case that becomes relevant. And they know I can just pop this anyway, so might as well get my 1 damage. Okay, they didn't fall for it. Okay, Cabal Therapy. Target you. Trigger. Their forest is in the graveyard. We got that going for us too. Yeah, white and black. Who is Kamigawa in this system yet? I can't name You Are Already Dead. I can name Abandon Hope, though. Yes. Style points. And I can Eternal Witness, get back. I'm going to Eternal Witness my land back, holding up Ephemerate. Yes, I do still have a land drop for the turn. Their Bajuka Bog's in their hand. Oof. Okay. They just bought back Punishing Fire, which I think means I want to Ephemerate now. With the Ephemerate, like, if they, I don't know, might have just gotten too clever, but if they just like slam the fire pre-combat, maybe playing 1 Ephemerate is like signaling that I would get blown out by Punishing Fire. Ephemerate's really not even that good here, now that I don't have a graveyard. Okay, there's Wasteland. If they Wasteland me, Ephemerate becomes good again. Shit. They sequence this correctly. I could Ephemerate this thing. I don't think that does anything, though. They can't take me off double black with 1 Wasteland. They can attack for 10. It's a lot of damage. They wasted that one. Ephemerate has no target on the rebound, unfortunately. I can play Explorer and Marilyn. Block. Am I dead to Punishing Fire if I do that? Maybe. Okay, here's Veteran Explorer. Here's Marilyn. Black, black, colorless. I can Ephemerate Marilyn to protect her from removal, if I think that's important. Unfortunately, these constructs cannot be targeted with Vanishing Verse, so we're in a spot where Trophy would be better. Bought back Fire. They didn't shoot my Explorer in the end step, which makes me think that they are trying to set up a double fire on Marilyn this turn, where the Ephemerate is going to be a huge blowout. They didn't Dredge Loam, so Marilyn is doing her thing. Oh wait, I don't have Opposition Agent. They literally just get to tutor. I forgot this card sucks on its own. Right, yeah, they just Demonic Tutored for whatever they want out of their deck. So many moving pieces. This league is making me look and feel real dumb. Okay, now they have literally whatever they want from their deck in their hand. The Exploration's a good choice. We're just going to go to the next game. I'm far enough behind on this one. I didn't get out guns blazing like I'm supposed to. The Loam was really effective, and I forgot how Marilyn works at the very end. Do I want Collector Oof? No, they showed me Punishing Fire. That makes it pretty bad. Yeah, I'm going to go in like this. This is a pretty reasonable just Abzan deck. And obviously the curve is pretty wonky for a legacy deck. But I have 2 wild pairs down. I have a reasonable curve of threats and answers. Leyline's good, if I remember to mulligan for it. Okay, this hand is pretty bad. It does contain Leyline, but Lance has a lot of lines that just beat that, and the deck doesn't. This hand isn't doing anything. Like Marilyn, as we learned last game, sucks ass when you're not comboing. I'm gonna mulligan this. I think we can do better. Well, here's Marilyn again. This hand can protect itself from Merit Lage and hit land drops. And this one has the wild pair that I can play wild pair, then Marilyn search up Oppo. All right, I'm going to keep this. Bottom one of the Phyrexian Towers. It's a legend. Here's Leyline. Hope it's good. And I can play around Wasteland a little bit. Having the tower is a big deal in case I draw an Explorer, then we're just in business. Therapy. Okay, I can therapy them and just run myself straight into Wasteland. I think I'm just going to pass the turn and play Caracas and pass. I want to hide the Phyrexian Tower from Wasteland as long as I can. I'm going to rotate for Urza Saga. What land do you just get here? Oh, you have a Maya's cool. That helps me a lot, actually. I'm in. Yeah, Leyline stops their grind, and Caracas stops a quick Merit Lage. As far as medium hands go, this one's actually pretty good. Whatever they port's just going to get tapped. I'm not going to like crack my fetch in response or anything. Phyrexian Tower. Come on, Veteran Explorer. I need you now, buddy. This is kind of a fun spot because they are representing Merit Lage with a crop rotation, but the Caracas is face up in play. Like the normal decision of do I port them or do I make my Merit Lage just doesn't apply here because as long as Caracas is in play, you can't make Merit Lage anyway. Okay. They gave me a turn. I am not going... I guess I could... What happens if I... Cabal Therapy? What do I even name? I could like fetch Bayou, cast Cabal Therapy. I guess I'll do that. I'm already really exposed to Wasteland, might as well lean in here. Cabal Therapy. Okay, they are crop rotating in response. We got Wasteland, okay. Alright, I can name like Force of Vigor. Try to protect my Leyline. Like, I'm worried about Loam with the Wasteland. They've already cast 2 crop rotations this game, which is normally the card you name. Exploration would be in play already if they had that. You don't care about punishing fire. I'm going to name Force of Vigor. 2 life from the Loam. Okay. Well, I need to draw a white card because they have the Wasteland right there. They're going to Wasteland and then play the Dark Depths from their hand. Okay, they're going to do it all at once. Oh no, okay. Float bouncing a legend. If I draw a white card, I think I win this game. And if I don't draw a white card, I think I lose this game. Oh, there's Exploration. And another Wasteland, Jesus. Okay. White card off the top. Any white card will do. That'll do. All right, cool. I do not play the Marilyn here. That's a bad idea. Have they seen a Solitude yet? I don't think I showed them one. Oh, they made a copy of Wasteland. They're just going into murder mode. Absolute murder mode. Thespian stage. Okay. Machine gun murder mode confirmed. Luckily, I don't think there are any cards in their deck that can like strip me off of Solitude. Unless they boarded in Sphere of Resistance. If that's a card they have and brought in against me. It's desperate for a Veteran Explorer here. Hey, my bro has arrived. Veteran Explorer. It didn't even waste me in response. Okay. Sack, add black. Yes. Get white and green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I'm 1 short of casting Wild Pair this turn. If I get white and green, bummer. That would have been so fucked up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Boo, hiss. Do I cast Marilyn? Do I wait a turn? Marilyn lets them Demonic Tutor, which would probably get, what? Something that breaks up my Leyline? Yeah, maybe I should have just waited till the end step and hard cast Solitude. Damn, got so excited there. But instead, I think I just do nothing. I could Marilyn and strip the Loams from their hand, just cast her and Flashback Therapy. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. that even good? Then I just have like Wild Pair in my hand versus their whole deck. So if they remove the Leyline, I'm wrecked. Okay, I'm going to play Marilyn and Flashback Therapy, taking these Loams out of their hand. Chuck those into exile. Expedition Map is the card in their hand. That's a good one. I'm at least on the board here. The Veteran Explorer did get me lands that don't get wasted. They can't recur a Ghost Quarter, and I have a bunch of basics in the deck. Not really worried about that happening. This Expedition Map could just find Urza Saga and start doing a different thing. That's actually really tough on me. Field of the Dead. Okay, that's good too. All right. I need to draw a land right now, or another Veteran Explorer. Come on, deck, help me out. Wild Pair, Wild Pair, Wild Pair. Fuck! All right. Well, I can hard cast Solitude now. I got that going. If they ever do move in on this Dark Depths. And if they don't move in on the Dark Depths, eventually this Wild Pair is going to get them. And by get them, of course, I mean put a 3/2 into play. Here comes the beats, the slow beats. They could copy Field of the Dead with Thespian Stage and really go wide on me here. Yikes, they found the line. And make it 2 zombies, that's really good. Mana, deck, mana, mana, yes, okay. Veteran Explorer. This time I can actually cast the Wild Pair, it's true. Oh, no, they figured it out. Shit. Alright, well, Blow to Colorless. Can I Wild Pair now? I spend 1 on Cabal Therapy, flash it back, get 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I'm still 1 short. Son of a bitch. I hate when my opponent learns how to play Magic. And that was one of their 2 Wastelands. Well, if they attack, I get a bunch of mana. I got that going for me. Yeah, they stranded me on 5 mana again. Well done. Still haven't made Merit Lage. Alright, mushing in. Okay, good, good, good. Give me my Wild Pair, please. Yes. Get a black and a green. And 2 more zombies. I would love to draw a white card. Oh yeah, okay. That is a white card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, here's Wild Pair. Tapping out for it. What could go wrong? Make Merit Lage. Make Merit Lage. Okay, they're making Merit Lage. Okay, here's the Lage. I don't think I need to act first here. I can wait till combat and get some sort of blowout. Solitude. I'm going to pitch the Tristani Summoner. Please don't draw Force of Vigor right now. Okay, so in this case, what did I board out? Is the Felidar out of the deck? It is. Yeah, I got rid of those things. Okay, so I believe I want to Wild Pair first in this case. I'm going to exile Merit Lage, obviously. Happening. They are copying basic planes with Field of the Dead or with Thespian Stage in response. Why? What does that do? I'm worried. Crop rotation? You don't place a Jerry Step in your land stack. Stop it. Okay, getting a backup Dark Depths. Okay. Making extra zombies. Yeah, and they did all that in response to the Wild Pair because they did see Opposition Agent. Just going to get another Solitude and zap a zombie. This sets up the Ephemerate. I'm going to end up taking 8 here. All right, now I just got to draw creatures. Pay out this Wild Pair. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Maryland's already gone, so my lock's out. Creature. Creature. Yes. Okay. Dathi Voidwalker is a creature, which triggers Wild Pair, which can get another Solitude. Or do I want Oppo Agent here? No, I want Solitude. I gotta gain life and pull ahead somehow. I'm gonna zap the untapped zombie so I can attack with my lifelink creature. They're at 41. I'm not hopeful about this situation. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really have a plan to clean up the zombies. I do have to block with one of my Solitudes now because this is a lethal attack. Ephemerate can dance around Punishing Fire if that's what they drew, but only temporarily. And it leaves me shields down to the Merit Lage. Need to keep drawing creatures is the thing here. Keep this train rolling. That's the worst Seeds of Innocence I've ever seen in my life. Voidwalker, get in there, do your job. The card in their hand is not a land. That's what we've learned here. If it's Punishing Fire, oh, I should have cast Cabal Therapy naming Punishing Fire. That was so bad. Just trying to think of cards, but they would have cast that. No, it's fine. Plains is copying Field of the Dead. All right, we're going back into this world. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, another Thespian Sage. Yeah, okay. That's a lot of zombies. Okay, now they're attacking. Required to block. Yeah, I just can't clean up this Field of the Dead, even if we keep Merit Lage at bay for a while. And the Tristani Summoner is out of the deck right now. Yeah, I can't win this game. I'm at 5. They attack. Yeah, they just attack with the zombies. Don't even need to make Merit Lage. I just lose. Okay. Yep, well played. The copying Field of the Dead, going in on the Field of the Dead play and copying it a bunch of times, making extra zombies, going wide on me here. We had Dark Depths beat. We had the lands thing beat. We even have Saga beat with Seeds of Innocence, but not Field of the Dead. Just too many engines in this deck to keep up with all of them. GG's. We're a few rounds into the video. Thanks for sticking with me. Friendly reminder that if you're still here and having fun, smash that subscribe button. And if you want to play what I'm playing, you can use my affiliate link for TCG Player to support the channel while you shop for cards, and you can try any deck anytime with a cardhoarder.com loan account for Magic Online. All these links are in the video description below. Now back to the league. Online draw in round 3. This is a mulligan. It just doesn't do anything. Here we go. Keep bees. I think I want to ship Chemball. No, Chemball pitches to Solitude. Is Opposition Agent, I guess, is the card here. All right. Yeah, I think I need all the lands in case I don't find an enabler. He's Scalding Tarn. Basic land. Preordain. All right, it's a combo deck. Could be Doomsday, Show and Tell, Ad Nauseum. They bottomed both, though. I like that. If I'm wrong, and this is a white deck, I'm going to regret casting this Veteran Explorer, but I think it's a combo deck that we're playing against, and I would like my resources in play. Brainstorm. Please don't cast Dark Ritual. Okay. That card doesn't cast Dark Ritual. This is probably Show and Tell, in which case Solitude has some play to it. Ball Therapy. Oh, okay. That's a good one, too. That goes with the Solitude pretty nicely. Definitely Show and Tell. Sneak. Wall Therapy. Oh, Grief. That plays too. Okay. I'm going to pitchcast Grief and put the discard above the evoke. So let's get a look first. Grizzlebrand, Omniscience, Ponder. I'm going to take the Grizzlebrand, then I'm going to Ephemerate and take the Ponder and just hope we can tempo this out. It's tough. They got a lot of good draws, but they also have a lot of bad ones. Ponder. The hint is Omniscience, Volcanic Island, Volcanic Island. If I draw a white card, I'll be feeling okay. If they draw a cantrip of any kind, I'm worried. Okay, Misty Rainforest was not in their hand a turn ago. To Ephemerate. I am not going to do this. I need to start applying damage. Caracas is a banger. That keeps Grizzlebrand off my back. Emrakul still beats me here. We're also closer to casting Solitude. Eternal Witness. Yeah, there's the card that would have rewarded me putting my Ephemerate in the graveyard, which I did not do, obviously. 1, 2, 4. Yeah, I can put Lethal on board right now if I cast Eternal Witness. So I'm going to do that. And this gives me Lethal. They can't activate Grizzlebrand. They have to find Emrakul this turn. And we did it. Nice. Oh, stressful shit. Okay. What do I want against Show and Tell? I want Chokes. I think I want Veil of Summers. Choke, Veil. The rest of these cards, not so good. Dauthi Voidwalker is messed up. If I can discard a Grizzlebrand, I just get a Grizzlebrand. May or may not actually want that. Okay. Vanishing Verse and Assassin Trophy, all very good here. All the Disruption's good. Sin Collector's good. Chemball is like fine, but that's not really what they're doing. I'm gonna board out the Demonic Tutor against the combo deck. Like that sounds fair to me. I'm gonna go thinner on Wild Pair. Phyrexian Delvers is only my graveyard. Yeah, your graveyard. Bummer. I feel like in a mid-game situation, we could reasonably cast Guardian or Delver. Like if we do survive their first wave, especially if we get a choke down. Those are all good things. Opposition Agent isn't like great against them. I mean, it is a flash threat and could represent some amount of pain. Oh, if they're an Omniscience build, they might have Intuition as well. Okay. Yeah, Grief's really good. Solitude's really good. I think Felidar Guardian is worse than Phyrexian Delver. And I don't think I'm actually going to play this Voidwalker. It seems a little cute. So is it better than Tristani Summoner? Probably. Tristani Summoner is a white card for Solitude, though. Is Eternal Witness too cute? No, with Ephemerate, it's really good. Okay, maybe Voidwalker is better than Delver. Let's go. I just realized I'm playing a card called Delver that's a 3/2. That's great. One deck format, Delver. I'm going to keep this hand. This is among the best we could hope for against a deck like this. I'm going to Cabal Therapy them and name Show and Tell. They have a turn 2 choke here, and I plan on slamming it. So they brainstorm. The obvious thing, I'm going to name Emrakul with this Cabal Therapy, because if they hide the Show and Tell but have the Emrakul, or I guess I should name something I'm actually scared of, because if they just Show and Tell Emrakul, I win because I have Solitude. Maybe I should name Omniscience or Grizzlebrand. I'm going to name Grizzlebrand. Grizzlebrand. Force of Will, a Braid, and a bunch of lands are what's in their hand. Okay. That's not great. Misty Rainforest. Let's see if they hit a blue card on top and if they want to pitch it to counter Veteran Explorer. Okay. Oh, I shouldn't have gone a basic forest. That doesn't make sense. I'm about to tutor up a bunch of basics anyway. I should be able to cast my spells. Cabal Therapy. We both get to tutor lands. They definitely have basics in their deck. Don't really like. I'm going to get the spread here. Get the white and the green. Definitely should have fetched a non-basic with that fetch land, though. That was just bad. I'm going to name Force of Will with this Cabal Therapy. And then I can decide if I want to Sin Collector or choke them. Show and Tell is in their hand, but not for long. Let's collect some sins. They can abrade this, but I don't care. Take your Show and Tell. Hand is 3 lands and a braid. And even if they string together like a big turn of cantripping, the choke is gonna crush. I'm also just sandbagging Caracas and Solitude as giant hits if they find a Show and Tell. Here's the choke. I'll let them know. Just face up. Use your lands once. You're not getting them again. Oh, they found a non-island. Oh no, that was already in their hand. Never mind. They weren't lucky. They were just good. Ooh, Ephemerate. That does get broken up by the Abrade, but it lets the Solitude go nuts. And there's a really cool thing happening right here, where if they cast Show and Tell, and I put in Solitude, Solitude will trigger, and that forces them to pass priority if they put in Omniscience, and then I can Vanishing Verse the Omniscience. And if they just put in a monster, I eat it. The Sin Collector's going coast to coast. Get ready. Lotus Petal, Volcanic Island. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Are we casting Omniscience? Casting Grizzlebrand? What's going on here? Storm is 2. 5. Oh, we're just casting Fury. That's pretty good. Yeah, that resolves. I got something better. All right, lit up my Sin Collector. There are 2 cards in hand, are Scalding Tarn and a Braid. In the end step, Solitude. Got this Modern Horizons 2 playoff going. And I'll Ephemerate my thing if they abrade it. Oh, got another one. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll let them think they've won. But if they abrade here, they lose 2 lands forever. They're going to at least untap first. Fury's pretty cool, though. That was like a real card they could play in this situation. They've simply had enough. On to the next round. On the drawn round 4. This hand's pretty bad. All this does is evoke Grief and then not do anything for a long time. I'm going to mulligan. This one at least ephemerates. I'll keep this and send Summoner to the bottom. I want that in my deck for later. That's my favorite card in the deck, by the way. Uh-oh. Chalice of the Void, pretty good here. My whole deck cares a lot about 1-drops. I can still Solitude. Like, if they follow up with Rabble Master here, I can Solitude. But that hurts. I can at least fetch basic Swamp if they go Blood Moon. And I have basic Forest in hand, which goes really well with my handful of white cards. All right, they're not a Blood Moon version. They're something else. I'm looking for probably Assassin's Trophy. Okay, now I have 2 of these. I'll run out the Bayou and pass the turn. Mox Opal Go was really weird. It didn't even have Metalcraft. It's just sort of... They're all in on this Chalice. Oh, damn near killed her. This is a card I'm excited to put on the stack. The face-up Fair Rector is just like the dumbest Magic card. It's just like a Squire you can't attack into or block. All right, looks like they found some temporary mana. There's a Saga. Eats the City of Traders. 4 mana. Karn. Bummer. Didn't really want to play against that card. And they probably just get the coding. Oh, Lion's Eye Diamond. All right. That's probably even more terrifying. Oh, bummer. 1 turn away. Okay, I'm casting my Rector right now. I probably should have played Phyrexian Tower. In case I get echoed this turn, then I at least have Phyrexian Tower in play. Lattice makes this game pretty weird. 3, 4, 5, 6. They could go all in on Lattice, but then I just attack and kill Karn, so that line doesn't exist right now. We gotta do something else. And if they give me even 1 turn here, I'm gonna be on the board with Wild Pair. They could Karn for Tormod's Crypt, and then use a Saga token to block, but Solitude would punch through that, but they don't know that. Okay. This is getting kind of interesting, and they can't Hull Breach or Echo me because of the Solitudes. There are choices to be made right now for my opponent. There's the Diamond. I don't really want to take an Echo Spin here. My hand is currently good. Thought Monitor, okay. Bummer. That's good. 3, 4, 5. Now, at least Lattice is off the table, but if they do find another Lotus Petal here and go for Lattice, no, I'll just pitch Solitude, exile Thought Monitor in response, and still kill Karn. Yeah, this 1/2, this Squire, 4 mana Squire is really good right now. I can exile Emery and Thought Monitor, but now they need 2 mana sources, and they've already used their land drop to get Lattice down. I don't think they're gonna Lattice this turn. Just don't think that's what's going on. Okay, they are going for an Echo. I will evoke Solitude and kill both their creatures in response. Get rid of Emery first, and then get rid of Thought Monitor. We're gonna have new hands anyway. Might as well clear the ground. Right, Solitude's in my hand, but no white card. Whatever happens here is gonna happen. Petal. Another Emery. I lost my sack outlet too. Yeah, I definitely should have played that out last turn. I thought of the Echo and losing my sack outlet like 1 second after it actually happened. They plussed Karn, targeting nothing, and just shipped it. Come on, Phyrexian Tower. I don't deserve it, but give it to me. All right, I'll take a Cabal Therapy. It doesn't resolve, but it does put Rector in the graveyard. Okay. Gonna attack first. I guess that doesn't even make sense. All right. Attack Karn. Show you what's what. You can block my 1/2 with your 1/2. Ah. Well played, Brian. Good game. Okay. Now I'm going to Cabal Therapy my opponent, which will get countered. It's fine. I know. Flash it back. It will also get countered, but this time Rector will trigger. Get this Wild Pair going. Wild Pair. And I can Oppo Agent Marilyn right now. Just get the hooks, like make it happen. What happens if I do that? They lose their search off of Saga. They still have Karn they can use. Really wish I had another source of color. Oh, Caracas can clear the Emery. And then I Opposition Agent for the hooks. This gets blown out by Force of Will? Shit. Alright, yeah. Alright. I'm going to make the play that I have, though. Opposition agent, let's go. Yes. Yes, please. Get Marilyn. Hooks. Well, I get to search off their Urza Saga. I get to search off their draw step. Karn and whatever's in their hand are what they have to play this game with right now. And Thought Monitor doesn't work. Echo doesn't work because players can't draw cards. Let's have a look at your deck. What do I want out of here? I want a Karn, actually. Yeah, you can't beat that card. Yeah, I'll take Karn. Oh, Urza actually is a total mana cost of 5 as well. Urza triggers my wild pair in a way that's good. Maybe I want Urza. I'll do that next. Okay, floating a mana. Then I get to search their deck. I would like... I can't use Mox Opal. I guess taking a Bauble makes sense. That's just a card. Oh, I can't draw a card. Never mind. Bauble doesn't make sense. Not sure what I wanted there, or if anything is actually good. Okay, they have Urza. That's a good one. Takes a 4/4 and 2 other mana. I will Solitude that out of the planet on my turn. Emery's back. Mills 4 cards. My Caracas is still in play for Emery. I think I want a Cavern on Elemental just to make sure my Solitude happens. I'd really like to put Karn into play, but I don't think I need to. Karn's making a wish. For Sorcerer's Spyglass. Okay. There's nothing they can name. Oh, Caracas. Alright. Yeah, they can name Caracas. That matters a little bit. And Caracas is the name. No surprise there. I get to search my deck for a card now. I guess I just get a Veteran Explorer. Yeah, I have Cavern, so I can cast it. I'm going to get Veteran Explorer. Cavern on Human. Cavern on Human. Then Solitude. They didn't counter my spells last turn, so that makes me think they don't have them. Have a counter, that is. Exile Urza. Wild pair another Solitude out to eat Emery. I don't care about Construct because we're about to put our Army in a Can into play. Shrug off that Chalice of the Void. Yes, get Tristani's Summoner. Here we fucking go. And then I'm going to attack Karn and my opponent. And there we go. I'm not going to play the Bauble. It doesn't draw cards. I guess I could look at their one of their last 3 cards in hand, but I don't care that much. I'll search their deck for another thing. I will take Urza this time, because that one tutors cards in my deck. Build 1/4. Horn Turtle Tribal over here. Even a human for Cavern. Did have a land to play. Still cards in their hand. Echo of Eons. Okay. Players can't draw cards. Now we're both Hellbent. And I'm tutoring every turn and they're not. Marilyn. The rarely seen Marilyn of the Morn song. The original Hullbreacher. Before anyone complains, I know Chains of Mephistopheles was the original Hullbreacher. That was sweet. They had kind of a slow start, and that really facilitated the game that we ended up playing. All of this artifact hate comes in. Like this package, the Oof Deed Seeds, is for the Saga, for the 8-cast. Like that's literally what it's for. I like Voidwalker. Do I want to go all the way in on Leyline? Probably. This is 8 cards to cut. Ephemerate gets a lot worse when they are a Chalice deck. I'm just going to hedge against that where I can. Chemball is really good. Sin Collector is really good. I think Delver and Felidar. Like, just get rid of the Blink package and focus on being alive. And getting the hooks in with Oppo Agent and Marilyn. I think Witness can go. And a pair of pairs can go. Yeah, there's just way too many wild pairs in the deck. The final version that I post under the video description will have 2 or 3 and then more cards in it. Just not exciting to draw. I'll keep this one on the strength of Leyline. This hand needs a little help to go anywhere, but let's hope they have a Leyline hand. All right, I boarded out most of the things, or everything that I could afford to board out. I care about Chalice. I could pitch Leyline to Grief. I actually think that makes a lot of sense. Like, Leyline is not a card that I'm going to use, and griefing their hand right now, see if we can clip them before they get off the ground at all. Yeah, it's taking something like Karn. And they had the turn 2 Karn also. I'm going to take Karn. Okay. Not bad. City of Traders, you draw another Karn. Come on! Fuck out of here. Alright, well, there's that. And this is a spot where Assassin's Trophy would be a lot better than Vanishing Verse. Rector. It's going to take a while to get off the ground. Yeah, I mean, you can't Thoughtseize the top of the deck, right? And now they play Lattice and I lose. I wish I had Assassin's Trophy or Scrib Ranger. Scrib Ranger would crush this game. No, they have Force and they just wish for a blue card. Okay. Yeah, there's no Dryad Arbor in my deck. Okay. Nothing changes in the sideboard. All of my cards are still good or bad in the matchup. I guess Karavak can beat a go wide Thopter situation, but so does Deed and Seeds. Yeah, I don't want Karavak. Let's go in. As is. Leyline and a shitload of Solitudes. I'll keep. Yeah, Karn is the scariest card in this deck. I feel like everything else we have a reasonable fair plan against, but Karn Lattice is just flat. Leyline, land, pass. Lion's Eye Diamond, okay. Petal. Okay. Lion's Eye Diamond, Petal, go is not exactly inspiring. My hand's not really going anywhere quick, but this does look like a hand that was counting on Echo. Oh, drew a land for the turn. Manamo. Manamana. Boop, boo, ba-doo-doo. They exiled. They milled an Echo. I'm gonna wait till my turn to Solitude. I guess I don't even need a Solitude. They don't have a graveyard. Yeah, I don't care about Solitude. Go ahead. I'll just hit my 5th land drop and start hard casting Solitudes. That's the play now. If they Karn here, that sucks. Of course they're gonna Karn here. Oh, Urza. That one's also rough. I prefer this to Karn though, like 1000%. I'm still holding on to these Solitudes. Ball Therapy. I will name Karn with this, just in case. Oh, they forced. Weird. Very aggressive Force of Will, which makes me think they do have Karn in their hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I should probably get rid of Urza if I can. Fine. I'll spew off Solitude to get rid of Urza. Manamo's cool. I've not actually seen this in any blue 8-cast list before, but untapping Emery and getting a second use out of her is pretty dope. They made 2 mana off of Urza in response to Solitude. What are you doing with that? You can't hardcast Force of Will, because that's not how Lion's Eye Diamond is templated. Trying to think what they would do with 2 mana. We've seen Echoing Truth. Maybe they'll bounce my Leyline in response, or pick up their Urza in response. But if you're going to do that, you should wait until I'm targeting Urza, because then I could just hit the Construct instead. Okay, they floated 2 mana, then let Solitude resolve. Smells like Echoing Truth to me, I guess. Echoing Truth or whatever, you know, it's dead. Float my mana because it's free. I also stacked backwards. It didn't matter to me. I know my hand doesn't do anything with the stack tricks, but if I'm supposed to stack the Exile before the Evoke, so they have to think about the Echoing Truth, like do they want to slam into Ephemerate or not? It is Echoing Truth, and it's on my Leyline. Fascinating. Okay, is the one card that they've sandbagged in their hand this whole game Echo? That would make sense. Or they could try to draw 2 an Echo. Would be tough to get echoed here. I've worked really hard whittling their hand down. Okay, it's not that. And I'm back at my turn. I now have 5 mana to cast Solitude with. I'm gonna let them attack, exile the Construct, and block the Emery. Uh-oh. They found mana number 4 for something. Another Urza. Okay. Disappointing, but okay. Still making the same attack. I have to change my block now, though. I'm gonna fetch all my non-basics. I don't think they're gonna punish those, and I have the various basic tutors in the deck. Okay, here's Solitude. I'm gonna exile Urza. That's still the scariest permanent in play, though these constructs are getting serious. Do you have Echoing Truth again? Last card in hand, Echoing Truth. Surprise. Oh, they're just flipping with Urza once. Okay, that makes sense. Good play. Block. Emery. Though doing that does shrink the constructs to where Solitude can trade with them. All right, deck. How about a spell? It's been a long time since I saw one of those. Okay. They have 0 cards in their hand. I could get Leyline back down to make sure I don't get cheesed, but they don't really cheese from this low resource. Like, they're literally hellbent with 2 lands. They would need Echo and LED to cheese me. I guess Emery is reasonable. I'll play my land and Leyline. Because if they draw any spell, then they can't. Like, there's a lot of spells that they can't cast. And then Grist can clip it, like a Karn or Urza or anything like that. I'm a little worried about them drawing an artifact they can play. Because then their constructs are big enough. Backup Leyline. Didn't need that, but here we go. Here's Grief. See what you didn't play last turn. Thought Monitor. Yeah, that's exactly the kind of action I was looking for. And in with Solitude. If I get a chance to trade with a construct this turn, I'm going to take it. Because that takes the top deck artifact out away. Because then the other construct's a 2/2. Okay, good. They are attacking. And I am blocking. Gotta get these smaller. I think I'm favored from this position, but if these constructs get bigger than my creatures, we're out of luck. Oh, baby. Like, now I'm winning the race with my 3-power lifelink creature, compared to we were both netting 3 damage a turn. Now I'm netting 3, and they're netting -1. And I did draw the best card in my deck. Here we go. Any creature now, and we're just off. Chalice on 1, okay. That turns off Veteran Explorer as a draw for Tristani Summoner. Did I board out Summoner? No, it's still in there. Hell yeah. But I would need a removal spell first. Of course. Of course! That's how that worked. I'm going to attack and try to get my trade right now while I still can, because the next artifact makes this too big. All right. Yeah, I'll take the trade. Deal. All right, well. Now we're suddenly tenuously stable. Fucking Chalice. All right. Well, now I win. Okay. Agent. Get Marilyn. The wildest pair you know. Morn Song. There we go. Okay. Now the hooks are in. What would I like from your deck? How about a Karn the Great Creator? Looks good to me. Though Hull Breacher also triggers Wild Pair. Maybe I wanted that. I don't think it matters. I'm just having fun with it at this point. But I can tutor Cavern of Souls from my deck, and that casts Karn and Veteran Explorer and gets Drasani Summoner. GG's, opponent. All right, 2-2 going into the final round. I'm on the draw in the final round, playing for the positive record, and my hand is almost there in multiple different directions. A white card gives me Solitude Ephemerate. A sack outlet gives me Explorer stuff. I'm going to keep this on spec. Nickfit experts, feel free to tell me that you don't keep questionable 7s. Oh, Chancellor of the Annex. Yeah, okay. That's reasonable. I mean, if they don't... Oh, never mind. If it's not Grizzlebrand, we're actually... Nope. There's no world where we're okay here. Yeah, all right. We're just going to get discarded a bunch of times. Well, this is a good deck to have a bunch of 0 mana interaction in. I'm just going to concede. We are not beating Grief, or we're not beating Grizzlebrand back by discard with this hand, and I don't want them to know what I'm doing. Okay, Voidwalker, Veil, A-Line. Eidolon or Rhetoric might be something I want here to tutor up once the hooks are in, if I can get the hooks in. All right, fewer wild pairs. That's not what we're about. Opposition Agent's great. All of the cheap interaction is there. Sin Collector's good. I even like Kambal. I think Felidar Guardian and Phyrexian Delver are too cute. Rastani Summoner. Like, I think we're going to win this game or we're not. And the excess stuff like Summoner is too cute. Does Opposition Agent beat them without Marilyn? Like, can I just cut Marilyn? Sin Collector is like fine, kind of slow, but fine. Rector. Do I cut the Rectors? That can't be right. Maybe it is. I need 2 more spots, or 3 more spots, wow. Maybe Eternal Witness is a little slow and ponderous for what we're doing here. And I do like Ephemerate coming in strong on the play. I can cut both Rectors, leave both Wild Pairs, or cut a Wild Pair, leave both Rectors. A Wild Pair seems more important than Rector if I have to choose between the two. Okay, this is what I'm doing. Sorry, Rector. Wild Pair just as a 6-mana spell in this deck right now. I do have to be careful with my Evoke Elementals, because if my plan is to leyline them, they can discard my Elementals and then, or even if I just cast them, they end up in my graveyard. I don't like this one. If I had the second black, Dauthi Voidwalker would be more interesting, but I'm going to mulligan this. I'm chasing real ley lines here. This hand's a banger. Keep it and ship. I think it's Cabal Therapy. Because if I can have Leyline and back myself up with Veil of Summer, I think that'll do a lot of heavy lifting. Opponent also mulled to 6. I can Veil of Summer a discard spell, and then they're just sort of like fishing around. I don't know if I finished my thought, but if my sick creatures end up in the graveyard, then that's good for them because they can reanimate them. Their thought seizing me kind of want black for all the good black cards in the deck, but white is almost more important. I guess I'm getting a Savannah here. All right, yeah, Savannah. Veil. The Lotus Petal thought seize you is rough on them, which is good because they are my enemy. Faithless Looting, old Desperate Faithless Looting, chuck them straight into exile. This hand needs action, but we are in a place that I want to be. They discarded a Chancellor, which means they drew Chancellor either for their turn off or Faithless Looting because they didn't reveal it. All right, next turn I can cast Grief and check their hand. They haven't done anything in a turn cycle now. Okay, Cavern on Elemental. Maybe that, yeah, and I actually do need that as my black source. I was going to say maybe that should still be on human, but I actually didn't have double black without it. Let's have a peek over there. Grizzlebrand, Reanimate, Wear Tear. Wear Tear. Yeah, let's take that one. Entomb, 2 Reanimates and a Grizzlebrand is their hand. Unmasking Me is actually really good. Like, they unmask pitching the Grizzlebrand. If they ever draw a mana source... No, I guess I can just ephemerate my Grief if they target it with Solitude. Yeah, this is fine. They can take Solitude, and I'm going to hold up the ephemerate. Like, if I thought there was a possibility they had mana right now, I would have just evoked my Solitude. Oh no, that still ends up in the graveyard. That doesn't make any fucking sense. All right, yeah, that just resolves. I don't know what I was thinking about. For some reason, oh, can it exile itself? Exile up to one other target creature. Damn. If Solitude could exile itself, that would have been a play. But no, there was nothing to think about there. Okay, they know what I'm up to now. They know I got ley lines. They know I got a fistful of pitch elementals, both Grief and Solitude. They haven't seen the Nikvit part of the deck, I don't think. They've just seen the fair mid-range Abzan whatever. I don't think that changes anything, but they didn't see it. Good to know. Yeah, I still think this is the best deck I can submit, and on the draw, I just really have to look for ley lines. I'll keep this hand. I have Leyline and Veil, which are the cards I want most of the time. Opponent's on 4. Leyline. And your 4 cards beat a Leyline. Lotus Petal. They'll probably end up with my Solitude in play. Oh, Faithless Looting. Hell yeah. Discarding Swamp and Entomb. 1 card left. And now I'm holding up Veil, so they can't even make me discard. I'm in for this. Grief is pretty stoked. Veteran Explorer begin the beatdowns. They discarded a Swamp to their Faithless Looting. I imagine they have more than one basic. Just keep an eye on that. I would hate to ramp them into playability of a game they were going to lose otherwise. Assassin's Trophy, regrettably, can only target opposing permanents, or else I would love to trophy my Veteran Explorer and just get 3 lands here, but that's not a play that exists. Wow, they have so many lands. And I do not. Just going to keep on poking here. Hope they don't Wear Tear in the end step. Really need a land. I would love to get Grief into play. Oh, Jesus. That might be better than Grief. Do I pitch Vanishing Verse to Grief and then catch them with the Oppo? Yeah, okay. Pitch Vanishing Verse. Let's Grief. See what they're up to. Surgical Extraction. 2 Surgical Extractions and a Dark Ritual. Why did you bring Surgical in against me? Weird. Okay. I guess I'll take the Dark Ritual. I just really don't care about Surgical Extraction at all. They can exile my Griefs from my deck, but then they can't reanimate them. Sure. You got it, homie. I should probably Opposition Agent just to advance the clock. Yeah. It just doesn't matter if they... Oh, they were just F6'd. 3 fetch lands in play. GG. Whoops. I have done that before. I just like F6'd under a Trinisphere and lost 2 fetch lands to a Sorcerous Spyglass. Yep. Awkward. Nothing to do about it now. I can't let you take it back. Sure. Look through my deck and then concede. I don't know how they could possibly win from this position. Just trying to imagine it. Do I want to Veil just for the cantrip? I think so. They're not going to cast another spell I care about. And I guess Cabal Therapy you. Aim Surgical. Got them on the F6 again. That was awkward. But we got the win. 3-2 positive record. And that's including the punt against Death and Taxes. I think this is a 4-1 league if I just take that Mother of Runes on that turn where I griefed my opponent and miscounted the Aether Vial. Try not to live in the past on that one, but it's going to haunt me. Putting up a 4-1 with this deck would have been quite the accomplishment. This deck felt solid. Like, we're just doing Nick Fit shit. Like, this shell is well established. The Cabal Therapy, Veteran Explorer, Phyrexian Tower, Arena Rector stuff. Like, this is all stuff you can do. And then in Legacy, once you're over, like, the Breakerhead or whatever you want to think of it as, like, there's a space in Legacy where decks stop interacting with you for the most part, where it's just like, oh, well, Fatal Push doesn't kill that. Force Negation doesn't get that. And then you're just off to the races if you get over the first wall of defenses. And that's what Nekfit is trying to do. I don't know that Phyrexian Delver really did what it was supposed to do. Felidar Guardian is cute, but I think just getting Grief and Solitude, like Solitude getting second Solitude is the same thing as Felidar Guardian, or like Solitude getting Grief. I guess like casting Solitude, getting Felidar Guardian to blink Eternal Witness is a thing that didn't come up but could. Yeah, maybe Felidar Guardian is worth continue to explore. I'm definitely cutting 2 wild pairs from this deck. We didn't need all 4. They were frequently in my hand, even in sideboard games, and Rector you can use. I'm going to replace one of the wild pairs with a 3rd Rector, and then we should get some sort of creature in here. Something else that plays well on its own, but fits into the plan. Could just put in another Eternal Witness. Like, that card is not embarrassing on its face. And that lets you do things like evoke Grief just to clear their hand, rebuy Grief on turn 3, cast Grief turn 4. That's pretty cool. Okay, I think I'm going to just leave it at extra Rector, extra Eternal Witness, and you can season to taste from there. Chalice of the Void was a problem. Or maybe we should just add another removal spell. A 3rd Assassin's Trophy, back down to 1 Witness. Yeah, I think being able to remove things like Chalice or random BS is something the deck wants more than the ability to recur its graveyard some more. Vanishing Verse was good a couple of times against Kaldra and Merit Lage. Vanishing Verse kills those where Assassin's Trophy doesn't. Vanishing Verse was bad against Karn and Chalice, where Assassin's Trophy would have been better. I still think Trophy's the better one, but I do think you want 1 Vanishing Verse. Being able to pitch to either Grief or Solitude on your removal spell gives you a lot of utility. I like that, but the 3-1 split in favor of Trophy is better. And that's where I'm going to leave this one. The sideboard, obviously, tune it to your liking. That bug version, if you are inspired by that, check that out. I think Scrib Ranger with Wild Pair could be an absolute delight to play. Maybe rejigger your power and toughnesses so you can get a Kiki Jiki line in this deck. There's things that you could do here. Wild Pair is one of those things that just makes decks crazy, and it gives you a lot to think about. Corey, thank you for this challenge. It was a lot of fun building this and a lot of fun playing it. I like visiting crazy Nick Fit piles once in a while on the channel, and this was no exception. Thank you all for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see me brew something crazy, check out the Patreon. That's how you do that. And I'll see you for the next video.